Alright, so my name is Juan and I'm going to be doing my skull trigger. Alright, so it's going to be 4 views. I already have my tube detented to 40 inches and I'm just going to go get my patient, alright? Alright, so I'm just going to double ID my patient. What's your name? First and last name?
Monica Aguilar, 6/12/89.
Perfect. And are you any possibility of pregnancy?
No.
No? Alright, so we're going to do a couple skull x-rays, okay?
Okay.
So for this first one, I'm going to have you sit down here. You're going to be facing this way, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get your shield. So a technique I'm going to use for this is 80 at 6. So, I'm going to oblique the body and have you facing this way, okay? So I'm going to try to get the IOML perpendicular to the plate, mid-sagittal plane parallel to the plate as well. And then you want the central ray to enter 2 inches above the EAM. There. Just going to move you a little bit, okay? So just tilt your head forward just a little bit. Just like that. Move back just a bit. Alright, just left-sided marker. Elevate in a little bit. Make sure my tube is lined up, going up, okay? Put my marker up here. And interpupillary line is going to be perpendicular to the bucky. So just try to hold still, okay? All right. X-ray. All right. So for this next one, you're going to be facing the bucky, okay? So I'm going to have you. I have the OML perpendicular to the bucky. So I'm going to move you a little bit, okay? Just like that. Perfect. And I'm going to put a 15-degree caudal angle. Okay. It's gonna enter at the nasion. Change my collimation. Put my left marker here. Try to hold still, okay? Stay just like this. So you want the mid-sagittal plane perpendicular to the plate, and then OML perpendicular as well. Still. And then a technique for this would be 85 at 12. Hold still, all right? Stay just like that. Oh, one last thing. Gotta line up my button. It's gonna go down, okay? Just like that. All right. X-ray. All right. Relax. So now I'm gonna flip you the other way. I'm gonna take this lead apron and be facing the tube around here. So I'm gonna put a 30-degree angle. Close your eyes for a second. And it's gonna enter 2.5 inches above the glabella. And move you a little bit this way. Just like that. You want it exiting or entering the foramen magnum, and you want it passing through the level of the EAM. So, you get the OML lined up and perpendicular with the plate. You okay? Just like this. There we go. That's it. technique for this would be 85 at 16. Line the bucky up. Okay, stay just like that, okay? All right, just hold your breath. X-ray. All right, you can relax. So now for this last one, we're actually going to be doing so this last one was actually called a town method, AP axial. The previous one was a PA Caldwell. So now for this one, I'm going to have you just go back. And you're actually going to put your head really far back, okay? It's a little uncomfortable. So you want the IOML parallel with the plate. So she's done a good job right there. I would have her take her earrings off or bun and stuff like that, but for the video, we're just going to leave it. You want the two perpendicular with the plate. And you want to enter in between the angles of the mandible. Right there, and you want it 3/4 of an inch above the anterior to the EAM. Just gonna move you a little bit, all right? Hang in there. Almost finished. Just come down a little bit. Just like this. All right, the technique for this would be 85 at 20. Just stay still, okay? Hold your breath. Stay just like that. X-ray. All right, you can go ahead and relax. So we're all finished up, all right?
Okay.
So I'll walk you back to your ready room. Just wait here 1 second. So that's the end of the video, all right? But
okay, so this is the image evaluation portion of the skull trigger. I'm going to start off with the lateral projection of the skull, and what you want to see is the entire skull is visualized, that the skull is seen without rotation or tilt, which they did a good job here. And you can look at that, you can check that by looking at the greater wings of the sphenoid and checking to see if they're superimposed, and cella turcica is in profile. And then you also want to have the correct flexion and extension of the skull, and that you chose the optimal exposure factors, and that you have proper penetration of the parietal region, which it seems like they do here as well. So then we go to the PA axial projection, the Caldwell method, and again you want to see the entire skull is visualized, no rotation or tilt, which they did a good job here too. That the petrous ridges are over the lower 1/3 of the orbits, and they are. And once again, that you pick the optimal exposure factors, and that you have proper penetration and the appropriate brightness for the image. On this one, it seems like they could have collimated some of the mandible out, but still a good picture. And the next one is the AP axial projection, the Towney method. And again, the entire skull needs to be visible, no rotation or tilt. It looks good here too. The petrous ridges, you want them to be symmetrical, and it looks like they almost all the way are. Could be improved a little bit. And want to see the dorsum celli within the projected within the foramen magnum. It's right there. And then that you selected the correct exposure factors, and that the occipital bone was penetrated enough, and that it has the appropriate brightness. And it looks like they did good here too. And then the last view is the submental vertical projection, the Schuler method, or everybody just calls it the SMV. And once again, you want to see that the entire skull is visible, and in here they actually, it looks like they clipped the very, very bottom. And again, make sure that there's no rotation or tilt. And you want to see that the mandibular condyles are anterior to the petrous ridges, and looks like they are right there. They're the petrous ridges. And once again, that you just selected the optimal exposure factors to demonstrate the cranial base anatomy, which it looks like they did on this picture too. Just clip the bottom of the bottom right here, but otherwise it looks good. So yeah, that's about it.